Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning to you. Hope you had a great weekend and are staying warm this morning. It is Monday, December 11th.
Thanks for joining us. The kind of weather that you can use to catch up on your movies.
That's right. The Golden Globe nominations are out, and we wanted to go through the Best Picture nominees. By the way, Barbie has the most nominations at 9, followed by Oppenheimer. All right, so we looked some of these up for you because some of these titles may not be familiar. Anatomy of a Fall is nominated for Best Picture Drama. That is a French courtroom thriller.
Okay, and then you may remember seeing, or at least maybe reading the book, Killers of the Flower Moon.
That's right. Then Maestro, Bradley Cooper's biography of conductor Leonard Bernstein.
And then very popular this summer, Oppenheimer, of course, without Barbie alone, Oppenheimer.
Past Lives is a romantic drama from a first-time director.
And Zone of Interest, a Holocaust film set at Auschwitz.
Yes. All right. So now Best Picture, musical or comedy. Air, of course, this came out earlier this year. Seems like it's been over a year, but that's about the rise of Nike and Air Jordans.
That's right. Mark had to remind me about this. Who the actors in here again? Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, who was nominated, and Ben Affleck.
Very good.
Are in there.
And then American Fiction. This is a satire starring Westworld actor Jeffrey Wright.
Then Barbie also made the list.
Barbie came out this summer, very popular. The Holdovers, set at a New England prep school.
That's next on my list to see. And then a movie called May, December, a film inspired by the Mary Kay Letourneau scandal. Do you remember that?
I do. It looks very interesting as well. And then Poor Things. I started seeing trailers on this recently. A gothic black comedy starring Emma Stone.
They've spent a ton of money on marketing that movie. The trailers have been out now for about a week. So I mentioned Barbie has the most nominations. In the acting category, one of the things that jumped out to me is Bradley Cooper is not only nominated for Best Director for Maestro, but also for Best Actor in a Drama.
And you were telling me that Timothée Chalamet has been nominated
for Wonka, but we haven't even seen it yet because it doesn't even come out till the end of this week.
Yeah, we haven't seen it. And of course, I wasn't surprised for comedy, Margot Robbie for Barbie.
For Barbie.
Yeah.
And real quick stuff on the TV side, I'm happy that the last season of Ted Lasso has been nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Musical Comedy. Golden Globes are coming up in January.
Yes, so still some time to catch up. And speaking of the Golden Globes, it looks like they are still looking for a host for the show, and it's not for the lack of trying. So Chris Rock reportedly turned down an offer to host.
So have Will Arnett, Jason Bateman, and Sean Hayes from the Smartless podcast, all three of them. Organizers say they're still looking. Golden Globe still trying to recover from that scandal that surfaced in 2021 when the Los Angeles Times documented the lack of black members within the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. But the Globe's coming up on January 7th. Host is TBD, to be determined.
To be determined. Yeah, this is the first year where I haven't, I've been falling behind in recent years in watching all the movies, but almost none of them, that I have seen. What about you, Justin? Have you seen any of these movies or some of them?
No, I haven't seen any of them, I don't think. I did watch a movie this weekend, though, on Netflix, Leave the World Behind with Julia Roberts.
I heard that was good. I saw that trailer.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
It was very, very, very interesting until the end. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, I still need to see that one as well.
I didn't know what to think about it, but yeah, it was good. It was well acted for sure.
Definitely.
You want to check it out on Netflix. Hey, this morning, the big story, guys, cold. We got down below freezing here in San Antonio, one of the coldest mornings we've seen since February. Let's look at where we are right now. If you're heading out the door, if you're getting a late start, you're still going to want your coat. It's just not what it was earlier. We got down to 31 here in San Antonio. In fact, basically the entire viewing area was down below freezing. I'll show you those numbers here in just a little bit. But we're at 44 now, so we've turned a corner. It's amazing what a little bit of sun can do, and we're going to see these numbers rise very quickly. Bulverde's not still at 29. That number just hasn't updated yet. Most places now starting to jump into the 40s. Here's our forecast. Noontime 60. Sunny skies. We get up to 65 this afternoon. So that's that big turnaround, over 30 degrees from our morning low of 31. And we'll start to see more of a southerly wind perhaps as we get later into today, which starts to bring in some moisture. We are not expecting freezing temperatures from here on out, at least through the foreseeable future. Our weather headlines: freezes are done. The morning temperatures moderate throughout the rest of the work week. Then we'll be talking about clouds, more of them on Tuesday, in fact, and throughout the rest of the week. So today's our sunniest day, and rain. good chances by the week's end. You're going to like this forecast if you're hoping for some rain. I think we're going to get some decent rainfall. We'll have more on that coming up in just a couple minutes. Guys?
Thank you, Justin. Top stories we're following this morning: a standoff after a chase ends peacefully, and a busy weekend for local firefighters. The fires are out, but there are some warnings.
Plus details on the death of a teen in a small southeast Texas town. David Sears is here with all of our morning headlines.
Serious stuff this morning, so we're just going to get right to it for you. The jailhouse a little more crowded this morning. 4 new residents, 3 men and a woman. The 4 were in a vehicle when, according to DPS, officers tried to pull them over. Instead of stopping, the driver took off. The chase ended on B Street. That's near Walters, just north of I-35. The 4 made it into a house where they refused to come out for several hours. Don't know who lived in that house, but they eventually gave up around 11 o'clock last night. We're working to get more details this morning. We do know that one of the 4 did have an outstanding warrant. As we mentioned, Sunday, not a day of rest for San Antonio firefighters. You're looking at a map of 5 different fires the SAFD had to fight yesterday. This is a big one up here in Thousand Oaks apartment complex. We'll talk more about that in just a second. Loop 410 over there on the northwest side, Laverne Avenue. That's right there inside of 410, just north of Highway 151. And then Sockham Drive down there on the southeast side. And then just north of downtown, right there on Main Street. 5 fires, all pretty devastating. But the one right up there at Thousand Oaks was an apartment fire, took out 10 units in that apartment complex. The apartments, the Sunset Canyon Ridge. One person ended up being treated for some pretty bad burns, and several residents now out of their homes. No word on the cause. Firefighters just getting started yesterday morning. There was a store on the northwest side, then a home and business and another home. Dry conditions and some gusty winds played a part, and you need to pay attention to small things. They can create a big problem.
All the discarded cigarette butts, kind of embers left in the barbecue pit, become more susceptible to being pushed across and become the ignition source.
So here's a couple of things to remember to do. Check your smoke alarms. And now that we are feeling some of those freezing temperatures, if you use one of those space heaters, pay attention to where you put it. Not near curtains or other loose items that can cause a fire if they catch on fire from that heater. Be careful with those space heaters. All right, a subject in jail this morning after being arrested yesterday, accused of the murder of a 16-year-old cheerleader, Lizbeth Medina. The young lady was discovered by her mother in their apartment in Edna. That's about 30 minutes east of Victoria. Her mom found her body in the bathtub on Tuesday. Mom went home to see if she could find her daughter since the 16-year-old did not show up for a local parade she was supposed to participate in. The suspect, Rafael Govea Romero, was arrested on Saturday, charged with the capital murder. The Edna police tell us that the undocumented male was actually found in the city of Schulenburg. According to DPS, he's 23 years old, born in Mexico. It took the work of several agencies to track down that alleged killer, including the Edna Police, Texas Rangers, Jackson County Sheriff's Office, and DPS. Since the investigation into the suspect is just getting started, no word on why or how, but as soon as we find out, we will let you know, because this is just a very sad story right there.
Yes, it is. Thank you, David.
All right, for a look at today's other headlines.
Let's look at today's 9 at 9.
A desperate situation in Gaza. The World Health Organization cautions Gaza's healthcare system is collapsing, and residents are in critical need of food, water, and basic necessities. Meanwhile, Secretary of State Antony Blinken says the U.S. is trying to lower civilian casualties, making sure Israel follows international law.
A Dallas woman's legal fight for an emergency abortion continues. The state Supreme Court is temporarily halting a lower court's ruling that approved the procedure. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton is disputing the woman's claim that carrying the baby to term could endanger her health and that her fetus has little chance of survival.
Former President Donald Trump says he will not testify today in his civil fraud trial in New York City. He made the announcement yesterday on his Truth Social account and then went on to attack the Attorney General's case and the judge overseeing the trial. New York's AG, Letitia James, is seeking $250 million in damages and wants to bar Trump from doing business in the state. The defense will present more witnesses beginning tomorrow, and closing arguments are set to take place January 11th.
The Justice Department says Trump's election interference trial should proceed as scheduled. Last week, his lawyers filed a motion to delay the start of the trial after the judge ruled that Trump is not immune from prosecution. The election interference case is set to begin March 4th.
President Biden is welcoming Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to the White House tomorrow. This visit comes as Congress is at a standstill over a funding package that does, in part, have money earmarked for Ukraine. Members of the Biden administration have warned about the potential consequences for Ukraine if Congress does not pass additional aid.
Good news if you're driving over the holidays. Gas prices are down. Gas Buddy says a gallon of gas is going for less than $3 at more than half the gas stations in the country. The first time that's happened in 2 years. AAA says the national average is $3.15 a gallon, but it's higher in some states like California, where the average is $4.71. However, here in San Antonio, the current average is $2.57.
A $20 airline flight, cheaper TVs and appliances, just some of the deals popping up after a surge in inflation Americans hadn't seen in 40 years. Easing supply chain problems and improved staffing are helping push down prices. Good deals are gradually returning for cars too, but prices for most foods are still rising or staying high.
Renters are starting to get some breaks again. More landlords are offering free months and reductions in fees and deposits. It's mostly thanks to a surge in new building supply. Concessions are most common in the Sun Belt, but on the rise in most major metro areas. However, the trend may not last long. Permits for new buildings are falling amid a financing crunch.
There's a bid to buy out Macy's. An investor group is proposing to acquire the Macy's stock it doesn't already own for at least $21 a share. It's unclear how the retailer views the offer. Macy's, which is famous for its Thanksgiving Day parade and holiday window displays in New York City, runs nearly 500 department stores. It also owns Bloomingdale's and beauty and skincare chain Blue Mercury. And that's today's 9 at 9. Consequently, it's 9:09, 45 degrees and still ahead.
On GMSA at 9, court reporter Erica Hernandez will be joining us to talk about the murder case that wrapped up for one of the defendants on Friday. It's a story that we have been following for 6 years, the death of a young boy killed during a drive-by shooting. She's going to share what's next in the case and the emotions in the courtroom that day.
Plus, if you need to mail out any cards or gifts before Christmas, deadlines to make it on time are coming up fast. In just about 3 minutes, we'll share some of the upcoming deadlines for FedEx and the United States Postal Service.
Welcome back. It's 9:13, and these are some shipping deadlines to be aware of. Believe it or not, it's already happening this week. So this Wednesday is the deadline for ground economy. Deadline for home delivery and ground is Friday. It's for FedEx right there.
Yeah. And then for the U.S. Postal Service, Saturday is the deadline for Ground, Advantage, and First Class Mail. If you're shipping to a military destination, Friday is the final option to get your package delivered before Christmas via Priority Mail Express Military Service. That's a mouthful.
Yes. And for UPS ground shipping, you're asked to check online to see when you need to send out your mail by. The website right there is on your screen, so just check it out. It's ups.com/CTC.
Right, and some of these deadlines make sense. I mean, Friday's already December 15th.
I know.
Are you telling me I should have my Christmas shopping done already?
Well, if you're shipping it, yes.
You should be working on it.
Or a very quick Amazon gift card.
Yeah,
might do the
you
trick.
guys just gave me a lot of anxiety all of a sudden thinking about this. Okay.
Yeah.
We're working on it. We'll get there.
We're working on it as well.
Ooh. Well, the way the forecast was shaping up as of this morning, it sounds like we should enjoy the sunshine while we can get it.
Yeah, I think today is going to be our sunniest day in our extended forecast. It's not all bad, though, because we get some rain by the end of the work week, and it's what we need, honestly. It really is. Let's go outside for you. It was a cold start this morning. We had clear skies and a lot of places down below freezing. We're now up to 44, so what a rebound. That sun doing wonders for us. 43 in New Braunfels, 32 still in Seguin, but that number will update soon. 41 Bernie, 34 in Kerrville. It was all about the light winds, the clear skies, the really dry air. Perfect setup for some good radiational cooling last night, and that is exactly what happened. Well, look at the lows this morning. 31 in San Antonio, 28 Bernie Stage, 30 in New Braunfels, 31 Seguin, 28 in Pleasanton, Hondo down to 29. And around the rest of the area, it was basically just Del Rio, Rock Springs, and Cotulla that did not get down below freezing, but they got close. Gonzales, Victoria, Beeville, Kennedy, all places down below that freezing mark this morning. So the good news here is that we're not expecting a freeze the rest of the week. In fact, temperatures will start to warm up from here. So 60 noontime, 62 1 o'clock, 65 by 4 and 5 o'clock this afternoon. That's our high temperature, really turning into a beautiful day. Yesterday was nice. Today will be equally as nice. Temperatures tonight will fall off, and it will get chilly tomorrow morning, but not near as cold as it was this morning. We take a look across the country, and we've got a big storm system that's moving off to the north and east. This is the one that caused all the tornadoes in Tennessee, and we'll talk about that next half hour. And still bringing some snow to parts of the northeast, but it is finally moving away. Very dynamic system there. Then as we look off to the north and west, here's our next weather maker. Starting to take shape here over the Pacific Northwest. Heads in our direction by Wednesday and Thursday, with our best chance of rain being on Friday. So let me walk you through the forecast here. This is going into Wednesday, and that's when our rain chances start to show up. So this is Wednesday afternoon. We're starting to see some showers, especially across our western counties, as our low begins to move in. Then as we head into Thursday, we'll see a few showers. Still, the bulk of the rainfall is going to be out to our west. This low, though, takes a pretty good track for us as we get into Friday morning. Showers and maybe even a couple thunderstorms starting to take shape here as this rolls through. And this is 5 o'clock Friday, likely getting some sort of broken line of showers and storms. And it looks like the rainfall could be pretty plentiful, which is, again, exactly what we need. Then by Saturday, the low is slowly moving east, but we may get a few showers on the backside of it. So we have a couple days here with some rain chances. And again, I think it does add up, at least in spots. So rainfall potential highest to our north and west, and then probably out over the Gulf of Mexico. But in between there, maybe up to an inch of rain with some higher totals in the hill country. Now, this is subject to change. One thing I will tell you is with these cutoff lows, they tend to kind of drift around. The models a lot of times can't get a good handle on them. So this is subject to change, but this is the general idea as it stands right now. And our rain chances will be at around 30% Wednesday, Thursday with some showers, and then Friday's kind of our day where I think our rain chances will be highest, and then a few showers Saturday before it clears out on Sunday. So let's put it all together for you in the 7-day forecast. 67 Tuesday, 61 Wednesday. The cloud cover is just going to keep temperatures down a little bit. 62 Thursday, and then 57 on Friday, just because we'll have thick clouds and that chance of rain, and then it tries to moderate by the weekend. But here's for hoping we can put a little more of a dent in our drought that we're still very much dealing with.
I know you were talking about last week about how there was no rain, well, last week in the forecast.
Correct.
And here we are.
Yeah, good to see.
Yeah, it is. Thank you, Justin.
918, 45 degrees.
And for the past month or so, we have been telling you about the San Antonio Police Department's Share the Shoes campaign benefiting Zapatos. And tomorrow is your last chance to make a donation.
You can drop off a new pair of shoes or socks to any of the 7 SAPD substations today or tomorrow for a child in need. They're looking for shoes for all ages, from little kids to teens. And tomorrow on GMS at 9, Max Massey will be live at one of these locations to see how the police department has done so far with this year's donations. It's a story we've been following since 2017, the murder of 4-year-old Deron Whitley. He was killed in a drive-by shooting.
And last week, we finally got to see some justice for Deron as one of the 3 men, Quentin Phillips, charged in his murder, was found guilty. Our Erica Hernandez joins us in the studio to talk about the trial and what's next in this case. Good morning, Erica.
Good morning,
Guys,
Erica.
good morning.
All right, talk a little bit about the trial. How were the dynamics inside the courtroom for this one?
It was very much a roller coaster of emotions from even the attorneys. We saw them get very passionate in their closing arguments, both sides, the defense and the state. And then obviously from family members that were there. We saw Deron's mother take the stand at one point, and that was very heartbreaking to see her relive that trauma again. And so much so that during autopsy photos, we saw several jury members begin to cry. So there was a lot of emotion and tension in this courtroom throughout the week, and it just really came to a peak on Friday, right as they went into deliberations, the jury.
With all that emotion, and even with the pictures, was there any emotion from Phillips during the
None. It was the same kind of reaction throughout the entire trial. He was just sitting there and kind of just going through the motions. So as you see him there on the screen, that's literally the most we got from him. Even as the verdict was read guilty, there was nothing. And it was just kind of a little eerie, because knowing just, you see this little, just gorgeous child here, and and the way he was killed was just very heartbreaking.
What's next for Quentin Phillips?
So Phillips is now going through the punishment phase. That will begin tomorrow at 10 a.m. It's the same jury. They're coming back in. We'll hear a few more witnesses in the punishment phase, and then they'll decide on a sentence, which is anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison. Now, there's other things to keep in play here. He still faces other charges like felon in possession of a firearm, and he also has a federal case that goes along with this one because they were all taking part in some gang activity at that time. So yes, there's still a sentencing phase to get through, so we'll see how long he'll be in prison for this charge.
And speaking of the charges, what about the other 2 defendants charged in the case? What are they going to see next?
So it'll be interesting to see if whatever sentence Phillips get, if they are going to also take their chances and go in front of a jury or take a plea deal. So they will probably be on the docket. We'll see them probably early next year. That's John Chapman and Terrell Chase. Now, speaking of Terrell Chase, he already had a trial, but that was for the felon in possession charge. And for that charge itself got a life sentence. So it'll be interesting to see how the rest of this case plays out in the courtroom, and is obviously one we will continue to follow.
All right. Well, thank you for keeping us updated, Erica.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Right now, 9:25, 45 degrees. There's a lot more ahead on GMSA at 9.
Including the latest on the race for president as we get closer to the Iowa caucuses.
And it's Victory Monday for the Cowboys and Cowboys fans. David will be back with a look at sports and why this 10th win for Dallas is so important. The countdown is on to the Iowa caucuses. We are less than 5 weeks away, and this morning the frontrunner in the race for president is making news for what he won't be doing today.
ABC's Allison Kosick tells us more about that, plus what the latest polls are showing and how the other GOP presidential candidates are doing against former President Donald Trump.
This morning, a reversal from former President Trump, abruptly canceling plans to testify at his civil fraud trial today, citing, among other things, the alleged bias of the judge. Trump now saying he has nothing more to say. At a fundraiser over the weekend, he addressed his previous comment that if reelected, he wants to be a dictator, if only for one day.
And you know why I wanted to be a dictator? Because I want a wall. Right? I want a wall, and I want to drill.
A new Wall Street Journal poll shows Trump not just dominating other primary candidates, but in a hypothetical matchup, he also beats President Biden 47 to 43%. Polling shows Biden would lose to former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley by an even wider margin than Trump. Haley, speaking to ABC's Lindsay Davis, addressed whether Trump is fit to be president given his legal troubles.
I think he's fit to be president. It's should he be president. I don't think he should be president. You know, I thought he was the right president at the right time. I agreed with a lot of his policies. The problem is, you see our country is in disarray. Our world is on fire. And you can't defeat Democrat chaos with Republican chaos. And Donald Trump brings us chaos.
With the Iowa caucuses just over a month away, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is staking his claim as the conservative in the race.
You have Donald Trump, who's obviously moved left, is not even really putting in the work to earn people's votes. And then you have Nikki Haley, who's appealing to even very liberal Democrat donors.
Businessman Vivek Ramaswamy, who is 38, is touting his support among younger voters, showing off his energy with a push-up challenge. Allison Kosick, ABC News, New York.
Let's look out there with live cams. Still cold, but not as cold as it was early this morning.
No, we've actually seen a big improvement. Temperatures are warming up very quickly, as you would expect with dry air, but it was cold this morning. I want to show you a picture here on our KSAT Connect weather station. This is out near Brook Hollow in San Antonio. 28 this morning. That jives with a lot of the numbers we were seeing around town. Anywhere from about 28 to 32 in most places here in San Antonio, and most places, most neighborhoods did see at least a light freeze this morning. It was chilly. 28 Bernie Stage, 25 Kerrville, 30 in New Braunfels, 29 Gonzales this morning, 27 in Kennedy. These were the earlier numbers, what we experienced just before sunrise. Now temperatures are on their way up, and we're going to see a really rapid warm up. 60 by noontime. We'll gain over 30 degrees today. 65 is our forecast high with sunny skies and light southerly winds kicking in late today. And then changes for the rest of the week. We're going to start to see more moisture, more clouds. Those freezing temperatures are gone. And the best part of it all, rain is in the forecast late this week. Here we're going to talk more about that and the timing for you here in just a few minutes, guys.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
Thank you, Justin. Well, Cowboys fans celebrating a big win last night, and the Texas quarterback goes down in the fourth quarter.
Plus, it's game day for the San Antonio Spurs. David is back with a look at this weekend's sports.
You guys know I've been a little hard on Dak Prescott. Point out the flaws when he's bad and praise him when he's good. Well, he's apparently getting better and better and better. It's all done with love.
Tough love?
It's tough love, yes.
He knows that, and that's why he's improving.
I've been a Cowboy fan since like 8 when Craig Morton. Who? Craig Morton was the quarterback.
So if you saw Dak right now, you'd hug it out?
I'd shake his hand.
Okay.
Well, I'd hug him, but he might hurt me. Well, he's a little bigger than I am, man.
Yeah, he's like, what have you been saying about me?
He might go, hey, I heard that, and squeeze me. It's like, he's a big dude. He's like, what, 6'4"?
Yeah.
200 pounds? No, hi, Dak. How you doing? Good to see you. No, I mean, hey, they've won 5 in a row. Yesterday, Dak had another solid game. Some bad passes, but mostly good passes. This poor guy had like an appendix surgery like on Wednesday. He shows up for the game. He said, I'm not missing this. This is Philadelphia. It's Sunday night. You kidding me? I can't miss this game. So Dak looked pretty good yesterday. He was 24 of 39, 2 touchdowns, 271 yards. But get this, no interceptions yesterday. What did he tell us in spring training or in fall camp? He said, not as many picks as I did last year. He has got 1 in the last 5 games. 1.
It's amazing.
That's it, 6 total. Here's your guy, though. This is Brandon Aubrey. That's a 60-yard field goal right there in the first half, put Dallas up 10-0. And then they got some running game going. Tony Pollard, he didn't have a lot of yards. He only had like 71 yards. But he's running the ball better, and I think that's opening it up for Dak. And there you go. The passing game is working. He's throwing a lot more shorter passes than going deep. He's getting that deep ball when he thinks he can get it, but he's not going for it all the time. He's throwing some shorter passes and working his way down the field, long drives. And, oh, by the way, Jalen Hurts fumbled like a couple of times. The Eagles, they don't look as good as they did at the beginning of the season. They're now 10-3 tied with the Cowboys. The first time since Jalen Hurts became the starter of the Eagles offense, they did not score a touchdown, an offensive score. Think about that. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles did not score a single touchdown last night against the Cowboys. That's their only touchdown right there is defense. Dak fumbled. Oops. Okay, so he had a flaw.
Okay, there it is.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plus, Brandon Aubrey, first kicker to kick a 59 and a 60 in the same game.
I don't know who's got him on their fantasy team, but they're happy today.
Yeah.
Made all his. He's like 29 to 29 or something. I hadn't missed. The guy played soccer at Notre Dame.
Yeah. Yes.
And then he shows up and so he kicked in like the XF, one of those minor league deals.
Was it USFL?
And then I guess it was a USFL. And then he comes over and kicks for the Cowboys. The guy is. I mean, and he doesn't make them by, barely. I mean, they go right down the chute, man. He's like, boom, right down the middle. That guy's great. Cowboys had a sack. No picks yesterday, but they did have a sack. Defense came strong. Big win, 33-13. Once again, they're tied with Philly atop the NFC East. And, of course, Mike McCarthy's all happy about it.
I mean, it's definitely an important victory. I mean, these division games are so difficult, always have been, regardless of the year. But we understand once you get the double digits, 10 wins, 11 wins really give you a clear picture of what you need to get done. We needed to get this game, and more importantly, I just want to see us take a step as a football team, because it's about winning. Always be about winning, but you got to improve. You have to improve down the stretch here. You want to be playing your best football in December.
Now, they're playing some pretty good football. Here's the problem, though. They got a really tough schedule coming up. They got Buffalo next Sunday. That's at 3:25. Then they got Miami and Detroit. All 3 of those teams look like they're headed for the playoffs. And then they've got Washington to end the season. So it's going to be tough. Philadelphia's got a little bit easier schedule. So, but the Cowboys, like you said, got to be on a roll in December.
That's going to be a heck of a game because the Bills only snuck by the Chiefs by 3 yesterday.
Yeah, and that was a lot of controversy in that one over last call. Anyway, we'll get to that later. All right, so it was a cold and rainy day. I don't know if we want to do much of this. This was bad right here. The Texans, I don't know what happened to them. Yeah, 30-6. Nothing in the first half, and in the second half, the Jets finally got going. Texans lost another receiver, C.J. Stroud. I think we'll see it here in just a second. C.J. Stroud was struggling through the game, and then all of a sudden he gets hit. I think his head hit the turf pretty hard, so they took him out of the game and put him in that concussion protocol. So now it's a question of whether or not he's going to be able to play even next week. So we'll see what happens there, because you get that concussion protocol, and you got to go through all the tests and more tests and make sure you're okay. So we'll see how he turns out. But yeah, this was bad. 36. Texans still 7-6. Texans still in that playoff hunt though. So they are.
Here's
okay.
the hit.
Yeah,
David.
Here's that hit right there.
And the
Bam.
turf right there. Yep.
That's the one. That'll do it. And you can see he just rolled. You can see he's out. Or he's close to it, just the way he rolled over right there. So, all right, D'Amico Ryans said they're going to see how he's doing, progressing this week, see if they can stick him in there against the Titans. Titans at 4-8, and that's next Sunday at noon. They're on the road in Tennessee, so Texans need to bounce back. They get a win, though. They are trying to get that AFC wild card. All right, here's your guy, Wembanyama. He had one heck of a game Friday night, as we talk about the Spurs. I don't know if y'all got to watch that or not. He had 21 points and 20 rebounds. One of his best games so far as a Spur. The Spurs got up 13 over the Bulls. And guess what?
They lost.
What do they usually do?
Yeah, at the end.
What do they usually do?
Fade at the end.
16 straight times.
I don't, they were doing well. I was like, okay, this is it. This is it.
Yeah. You and everybody else was thinking the same thing. Until the fourth quarter rolled around, and then they couldn't hit a shot. The Bulls got 24 offensive rebounds. Rooney might be able to block out better than some of these guys. Wow. 24 offensive rebounds. That's just not good at all. So they end up losing to the Bulls. DeMar DeRozan didn't even have a great game. But it's always nice to see him, man. He was one classy guy when he played here in San Antonio. Miss that guy. But so now it's the Spurs and the Rockets. The Rockets have a winning record. I think like 9 or 10 wins or something, like 10-9, something like that.
Yeah, at least
the Spurs 3-18, so they've played a quarter of the games for the season, and they've got 3 wins.
3 wins.
That's it.
Well, maybe tonight's the night over in Houston.
Yeah, we have a new saying, David.
What is that?
We're saying, go Spurs, go please.
It's more of a plea.
Now it's come down to begging.
Yeah.
Now we're begging for a win. Yeah, they need to get one tonight, because you know who's coming to town for 2 games?
Oh, is it the Lakers?
Yeah, it's LeBron James.
Yeah.
And the Lakers are coming for Wednesday and Friday. So it's the Spurs tonight in Houston. So, and you always like to be, no matter what your record is, if you can beat Houston, that's one of those games where you're like, okay, we're good now. We just beat the Rockets. So
and Lakers just won the in-season tournament, right?
Yeah, whatever that is. That was just.
That doesn't count.
Okay.
That doesn't count.
All right, David, thank you very much.
That at all. Yeah, somebody's got a lot of money. That's all that is.
What he said, 9:40, 48 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
Well, 2023 is coming to an end for so many small businesses around the country and around San Antonio. It has been a tough year. After the break, our Max Massey will share his conversation with the San Antonio Hispanic Chamber of Commerce CEO about how the Chamber's 700-member businesses, how they plan to finish the year strong.
As we head to break, don't forget we're taking part in the Parade of Kettles competition, trying to raise $2,000 for families in need. If you grab your phone and scan this QR code, it'll take you to our website where you can find a link. This year, our team captain, one of our newest reporters, Daniela Ibarra. She's been out at some locations with the KSAT Red Kettle, so you may see her or another KSAT team member around town. Donations are being accepted through Christmas Eve.
That's right. If you want to see where your money will go or wonder how it will help, we have a web article. It has a great breakdown just how much money it takes to help someone in need. Even if you can only donate $10, go ahead and scan that QR code and check it all out.
Yes, J.R. Trevino joined us. We talked about a lot. We talked about what so many small businesses around the country and around San Antonio have had to deal with through 2023. We talked about the pervasive issue that is inflation and how it's caused some small businesses to even close. Now, we also talked about the outlook for 2024. So many businesses had to endure so much financially over the last 12 months. So here's a look at what we can expect next year.
The reality is that we're hopeful. Small businesses will persevere, and everything that we're looking at, all the indicators are saying the interest rates should come down, the inflation should come back a little bit, and any little bit of help that we can get for our members is something that anybody will appreciate.
J.R. Trevino talked about so much more, too. You can check out the full conversation right now. Just head to the Leading Essay section of KSAT.com. Of course, we have the Leading Essay every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. So, guys, we'll see you next Sunday. Back to you.
Thanks, Max. Let's look out there with ZooCam or HippoCam. I don't see them today. Very top right. That's what Alex, our producer, says. I can't see them, but they were super active.
And then like, as soon as we took the camera, they just submerged like a U-boat. Yeah. Zoo Lights is going on. Zoo open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. So it's always a great day to go to the zoo and check out the hippo jacuzzi.
See, this is
probably warmer there.
This is how they survive in the wild. Their predators cannot find them. Very sneaky.
Right.
Yeah. They don't like the cold, maybe. They don't like the cold air.
They are very evasive hippopotami.
Yeah.
Or whatever the plural is.
I think you may be right. Okay. Well done.
Sounds funny, though.
Yeah, I bet that water is cold, though. It is cold this morning. It was cold this morning. We're starting to see things warm up. I want to first start, though, with what happened over the weekend. You may have heard about this. We had one of those rare December severe weather outbreaks, and it was bad news for folks around at Nashville. Sadly, we did have some loss of life with a tornado there, at least 6 deaths with 29 tornadoes there in Tennessee. It was just super busy, and there was some major damage near Nashville. That storm system pushed to the East Coast actually brought some snow yesterday to the nation's capital and up and down the East Coast, a very dynamic system. And it is now pushing away this morning, pushing off the coast of Maine. Still a little bit of lingering snow, and there will be some light lake effect snow today, but the bulk of it is moving out. We're seeing some quieter conditions. As far as temperatures go, it's pretty chilly to our north, places like Omaha, Chicago, Minneapolis, but honestly, we were just as cold as Chicago was this morning. We got some of that deep freeze down here. Now, the difference is we're warming up now. 44 here in San Antonio, 44 in Dallas. And around the state of Texas this morning, 50 in Houston, 50 Corpus Christi, 42 in Midland, and most places here across the state will see some big jumps in temperatures today. 44 right now, dew point is at 28. And this is an all-important number. We have a dew point that low, it allows those temperatures to really fluctuate. So you can get cold in the morning and pretty nice during the afternoon. We've got calm winds right now, too, by the way. Our forecast high today, 65 here in San Antonio, 60 for Oaks Ranch, 64 Hondo, 62 in Uvalde, and 60 in Lakey today. A really gorgeous day. Now, if you're concerned about freezes in the future, well, we don't have any, at least in the foreseeable future. 43 is what we're forecasting tomorrow morning. Then we jump into the 50s, actually, with some added moisture in the atmosphere. So we will not be anywhere near where we were this morning the rest of this week. So you can put the plants back outside. Futurecast. Let's fast forward to Wednesday now. This is Wednesday at 1 o'clock. We've got a storm system coming in from the west, an upper level low. The path of this thing looks pretty good for us, at least as it stands right now. That's subject to change. These cutoff lows can be a little bit fickle, but this is what we're thinking right now. Showers will start to develop by Wednesday, and we'll see some showers here in town, a little better chance off to the west. Thursday, kind of same story. The bulk of the action will be west of us, but we'll still have a few showers and lots of clouds here in San Antonio. Friday is probably our day as the low moves a little bit closer. We're going to see a broken line of showers and storms, I think, work their way through the area. And by Friday afternoon, we should see some decent rain around here. Now, again, the timing may change a little bit, but this is the idea. And as far as rainfall goes, it could be pretty good for us. Even on Saturday, on the back side of this system, we could see some wraparound moisture, some clouds, maybe a few showers. It's slow moving, and that's why I think the rainfall totals may be a little bit better than what we've seen in a while. The highest numbers, as it stands right now, up across the Texas Panhandle and then maybe out into the Gulf of Mexico. But even here, up to an inch of rain could be possible with some higher totals in the hill country. So stay tuned. I like what I'm seeing in the computer models. 67 Tuesday, 61 Wednesday, 62 on Thursday, 30% chance of rain both days, a lot more cloud cover. And then Friday, we're going to put in a 60% chance rain. Rain and clouds would keep temperatures down, 57. Small chance Saturday that would clear out for the second half of your weekend with 63 on Sunday.
It's a nice weekend.
Not a bad weekend.
Thank you, Justin.
till 10, 48 degrees.
We'll be right back.
I just want their wishes to have a chance.
Wish held on to fifth place, adding $5.3 million. $6.2 million kept Trolls Band together at number 4. Godzilla -1 held strong in third place, taking in $8.3 million.
Lucy Gray won't survive a minute inside that arena.
The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes took second place for the second straight weekend, earning $9.4 million. It's at $136 million domestic.
What exactly are you?
The Boy and the Heron, the first film in 10 years from Japanese animation master Hayao Miyazaki, debuted number 1 with $12.8 million. And that's a look at your weekend box office results.
Well, after 60 episodes and so far 21 primetime Emmys, The Crown is coming to a close.
So season 6 began last month with 4 episodes about the end of Princess Diana's life, and the final 6 episodes of the series premiere Thursday on Netflix.
I've already watched the first half. It was amazing. CNN's David Daniel talked with the cast about the series' final episodes and the show's long, successful run.
This is what we expect to be the longest-serving monarch in history. People will want to celebrate your reign and mark the end of an era.
It's the end of an era for The Crown and its fans who followed the show about the public and private lives of England's royal family for nearly a decade.
60 episodes?
Yes, 60 episodes.
60 episodes. And that, we've come in at the end. But, for all the behind the scenes, a lot of the crew are the same. And there wasn't a day when you'd hear someone, it doesn't matter, it's fine, don't worry about it. It's just that piece of paper on the desk, don't worry about it. Meticulous detail.
Some cast members look to their real-life counterparts for inspiration.
I was watching so much of him because while we were shooting, he was so much in the news. And with momentous events like his mother's death and Harry's book and everything.
The boys need you now more than ever.
I'm afraid we don't do fathers and sons very well in this family.
While others left interpreting their characters to show creator Peter Morgan.
We are that age, but we're not from that era. So we're not really the people to correct Peter Morgan. Peter, you've got it wrong, mate.
Watch out there, Sanjay.
The Crown doesn't ask existential questions of itself.
Perhaps it should.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
All right, one last look at the forecast. We're expecting temperatures to be around 65 today, mostly sunny, 67 tomorrow, increasing clouds, and then rain chances show up Wednesday, Thursday, and especially on Friday.
We'll watch out for that.
Thank you, Justin.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good week. I would say good weekend. We wish. Good week.
I wish.
Good week.